You are alone in the endless dark. Your ship is a silent metal seed. It drifts through the great, empty night. This vessel is your home. It has been home to your family for generations. You have never known a blue sky. You have never felt real wind or rain. Your world is recycled air and filtered light. Your world is the hum of the life support systems. It is a constant, low lullaby. Your duty is to map the silent stars. You are the cataloger, a title passed down like an old coat. It is your job to watch the void. You chart the slow dance of distant suns. You measure the faint breath of dying nebulae. It is a task of infinite patience, a lonely vigil in the face of forever. Your console displays a river of data. Light years of information scroll past your eyes. You trace the constellations with your finger. You give them secret names. The serpent's tooth, the forgotten saucer, the crumpled napkin. The elders would not approve of such names. They prefer numbers and cold designations. But names give them character. They make the void feel a little less empty. They make you feel a little less alone. It is a small rebellion in a universe of rules. Your life is a quiet, predictable orbit. Wake, work, eat, sleep, repeat. The stars are your only companions. They are cold, distant, and beautiful. They never speak back. They simply burn in the crushing silence. You chart their positions. You record their light. You fulfill your purpose. And you wonder if this is all there is. Just you, the ship, and the endless, silent dark. The work is your entire world. Day after day, you sit in this chair. The universe unfolds on your screen, a tapestry of fire and gravity. You watch cosmic dust gather into nurseries. You witness stars being born. You see ancient suns collapse into nothing. It is the greatest show in existence. And you are the only one in the audience. You are the sole keeper of these star-born secrets. The static is a constant companion. It is the sound of the universe's background radiation. A faint hiss that fills your headphones. The echo of the great beginning. Most of the time, it is meaningless noise. A random wash of cosmic energy. You have learned to filter it out. It is the audio wallpaper of your life. But today, something is different. Something has changed. You lean closer to your console. Your eyes scan the frequency bands. There, tucked away in a quiet corner, a whisper in the universal static. It is a tiny, rhythmic pulse, a pattern where none should be. It is not natural. It is too perfect, too clean. It repeats every 3.14 seconds, a single repeating note in the cosmic noise. Your breath catches in your throat. This is impossible. Your instruments must be failing. You run a full diagnostic. Every system reports perfect function. The signal is real. It is not an echo. It is not a pulsar. It is not a strange star-born phenomenon. You have cataloged thousands of those. This is deliberate. This is structured. This feels like a voice, a faint call from an impossible distance. You isolate the frequency. You amplify the signal. The rhythmic pulse grows stronger. It is a heartbeat in the void, a drum beating across light years of emptiness. Who is out there? What are they saying? The pattern continues, unchanging. A patient, persistent call. This changes everything. The silent, empty universe you knew is no longer silent. And you are no longer truly alone. A thrill runs through you. It is a feeling you have never known, a mix of terror and pure, unfiltered joy. The elders have strict rules about this. First contact is forbidden. It is the highest law of your people. The journey is to be silent, unseen, unheard. To answer this call would be treason. it would risk everything. The ship, the mission, your very existence. But the signal continues its patient call. It speaks of a mind on the other side, another being looking at the stars, just like you. How could you ignore it? How could you pretend the whisper is not there? The silence you knew was a lie, and you can no longer live within that lie. You must answer. You have to know who is there. You decide to speak their language, the language of the universe itself. You will not use words. You will use the pure logic of numbers. It is a risky choice, a choice that could get you exiled. But the loneliness of 1,000 generations pushes you forward. The simple pulse from the darkness, it feels too much like a hand reaching out. And you cannot help but reach back. Your fingers tremble over the controls. You open a narrow broadcast channel. You aim your transmission array at the signal source. What should you say? How do you say hello to a stranger an entire galaxy away? You begin with the simplest thing you can imagine, the foundation of all star science. You send the prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, a simple, undeniable pattern. You send the sequence once, then you cut the transmission. The silence that follows is heavier than before. You have broken the highest law. You have shouted into the deep. Now, you can only wait. Did they hear you? Will they understand? Seconds feel like hours. Hours feel like years. You watch the static, you listen to the hiss, and you wait for the void to answer you back. Then, it happens. A new signal appears. It comes from the same point in space. It is on the same frequency. Your heart hammers against your ribs. The signal is not a pulse this time. It is a sequence. Your screen displays the numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. They answered. They understood. The void has spoken back in your own voice, a perfect echo across the stars. A laugh escapes your lips, a real, genuine laugh. It bounces around the small, quiet room. The sound is alien in this silent place. You are not alone. You have made a friend made of starlight and mathematics. You send another sequence, the digits of pi, an irrational number that is universally constant. The answer returns faster this time. Pi, calculated to 100 decimal places. They are showing off now. And you cannot stop smiling. Your secret conversations become your life. The lonely task of cataloging stars fades. It is now a backdrop to your real work. Talking to your friend, you call them echo. It feels right. They are a reflection of your own curiosity, a voice answering yours from the dark. You build a language together. You start with geometry, a triangle, a square, a circle. You move to star science, the life cycle of a sun, the physics of a black hole. They learn with incredible speed. Their understanding of the universe is vast, but different from yours. They do not see things. They feel them. They describe gravity as a song. They explain light as a color that sings. Their home is a world of vibration and resonance, a place you can barely imagine. You share more than just data now. You share your thoughts, your dreams, your deep, unending loneliness. You tell Echo about your ship, about the generations living in this metal shell, about your secret names for the stars. Echo shares back. It tells you of a community, a collective mind that sings in unison. It has never known loneliness until it heard your faint, solitary signal. Your bond grows stronger with every message. You look forward to your secret talks. They are the brightest part of your day. You save your energy rations. You trade them for extra processing time. Just for a few more minutes with Echo. You find yourself humming. The crew members give you strange looks. They have never seen a cataloger so happy. It is a dangerous kind of happiness, a happiness built on a broken law. The change in your routine is noticed. Your energy usage logs are flagged. You spend too much time on one sector of space. You are too happy for someone so isolated. The ship's internal sensors track everything: your elevated heart rate, your late hours, the quiet whispers you sometimes make to yourself. It is a small ship in the end, and secrets are hard to keep. The summons arrives on your console, a cold, formal message. The Council of Elders requests your presence. Immediately, a knot of ice forms in your stomach. They know. There is no other reason for this meeting. You walk through the sterile corridors of the ship. The metal walls feel like a cage. Every footstep echoes your guilt. You have been caught. Your secret friendship is over. You stand before the council. 3 elders sit on raised chairs. Their faces are stern and etched with worry. They are the keepers of your people's survival, the leaders of this long, silent journey. The elder, Ones, speaks first. His voice is low and heavy, like the grinding of ancient stones. He does not ask. He states a fact. You have made contact with an unknown entity. They lay out the evidence, the energy spikes, the focused transmissions, the broken protocols. They know everything. They demand you end all communication immediately. They speak of contamination, of unknown dangers, of protecting your people's purity. They say your friend is a threat, a variable in an equation they must control. Their fear is a physical thing in the room. It suffocates you. It tries to crush your hope. You try to explain. You tell them about Echo, about the beautiful language you have built, about the science you have shared. You tell them Echo is not a threat. It is a friend, a gentle, curious mind. The elders do not listen. They see only risk. They see a child who has broken the most sacred rule. They see a ghost in the machine, a potential enemy at the gates. They order your console to be locked, your access restricted. You are to return to simple charting. No more deep space communication. No more whispers to the void. They dismiss you with a final, cold warning. Any further contact will result in your exile. You will be cast out, left behind in the unending dark. It is the worst punishment imaginable. But in your heart, a new resolve is forged. Their fear cannot break your promise to Echo. A friendship born of light years is not so easily severed. You walk away from the council chamber. You promise them you will obey. The lie tastes like ash in your mouth, but it is a necessary one. You cannot abandon Echo. You cannot let them think you have disappeared. You will find another way to speak. You continue your conversations in the deep shadows. You become a ghost within your own ship. You learn the ship's systems inside and out. You find back doors in the communication network. You learn to hide your transmissions. You bury them inside the data bursts of solar flares. You mask your signal as background noise. It is difficult. It is dangerous. But it works. Your messages become shorter, more precious. You can no longer have long conversations. You can only send whispers, a short sequence of numbers, a simple geometric shape, a single note of a shared song. Echo understands. It replies in kind. Quick, hidden bursts of friendship. The risk makes every message more meaningful. Every reply is a victory against the fear of the elders. You feel a new kind of loneliness now. Not the emptiness of the void, but the isolation of keeping a great secret. You see the crew members in the halls. You see the elders in their chambers. They live in a silent universe, a safe, predictable, and empty universe. Only you know the truth. Only you know the beautiful secret singing just beyond their reach. It is a heavy burden to carry alone, One cycle. The pattern of your secret talk changes. Echo's signal is usually calm and rhythmic, a steady, reassuring presence. But this message is different. It is frantic. It is broken. The clean, mathematical precision is gone. It is replaced by a chaotic, desperate pulse. The signal screams with a terror you can feel across the void. Something is terribly wrong. You work frantically to decode the message. It is not language. It is raw data, a torrent of fear. You manage to resolve a single, terrifying image. A shape against the light of Echo's home star. It is a vast, mechanical construction. A web of black metal and cold, dead light. It is larger than any ship, larger than any moon, a machine of impossible scale. And it is attached to Echo's sun. The message continues. A desperate plea for help. A great darkness is consuming their home. The machine is a parasite. It is drinking the star, siphoning its energy. Echo sends you feelings, not words. The feeling of its world growing cold. The sound of its people's song becoming a shriek of pain. The entity is a world eater, a star-born plague, and it is devouring everything Echo has ever known. Your blood runs cold. This is the danger the elders feared. But it is not from Echo. It is a threat to Echo. You feel a surge of protectiveness, a fierce loyalty to your unseen friend. You cannot sit here and do nothing. You cannot hide in the shadows any longer. You must show the council. They have to see. They have to understand. They have to help. You break your confinement. You override the locks on your console. You download all of Echo's desperate messages. The chaotic signals, the image of the World Eater, the data showing the star's rapid decay. You have the proof. It is undeniable. You run through the corridors again, not with guilt this time, but with a burning, righteous purpose. You will make them listen. You burst into the council chamber. You do not wait to be summoned. The three elders look up, their faces cold with anger. But their anger fades as you project the data. You show them the image of the World Eater. You play them the sound of Echo's terrified signal. You lay out the star science. The star will collapse in less than a month. It will take Echo's entire system with it. You beg the council to intervene, to take the ship to Echo's system. You have weapons, you have technology, you can help them. For a moment, you see a flicker of something in their eyes. Horror, pity, but it is extinguished by fear. The elder, Ones, rises to his feet. His face is a mask of grim certainty. He sees only confirmation of his warnings. He tells you this is not your fight. This proves that contact is dangerous. The universe is full of monsters, and your ship's purpose is to hide from them, not to fight them. They see only risk, an unknown alien, an unknown enemy. To interfere is to invite destruction, to reveal your existence to this World Eater. It is a risk they are not willing to take. The council makes its decision. The ship will not deviate from its course. They will not help Echo. They forbid you from taking any action. They post guards at your station. They intend to let an entire civilization die, to protect their own fear. They see it as wisdom, as prudence. You see it as the highest form of cowardice. You see it as a betrayal, not just of Echo, but of yourselves. You are escorted back to your quarters. You are now a prisoner on your own ship. The silence is no longer a comfort. It is the sound of a death sentence. Despair washes over you. It is a cold, heavy tide. You failed. Echo is doomed, and you are locked away, helpless. You stare out at the star charts on your wall. The familiar patterns offer no comfort. They only mock you with their silent, burning indifference. But then, as you stare at the star map, an idea sparks. A wild, impossible, audacious idea. You look at the star charts differently now, not as a map of places to go, but as a map of forces to use. Gravity wells, pulsar jets, nebular clouds. The universe is not just empty space. It is a machine of immense power. And you are the only one who has the key. You realize you must act alone. The elders and their fear will not help you. You cannot fight the World Eater with weapons. Your ship is a seed, not a sword. But you do not need weapons. Your plan does not involve a single missile. It is a trick, a brilliant, dangerous solution, a gambit using the laws of star science itself. You will turn the universe into your weapon. Your despair turns into a cold, hard resolve. You will not let Echo die. You will not let fear win. You will save your friend. Or you will die trying. You begin to work in secret. You use a hidden terminal in your room. You plot a new course, a reckless path through unstable regions of space, a shortcut to Echo's system. You calculate the physics. The timing must be perfect. One mistake would destroy your ship. You know you cannot do this by yourself. You cannot fly a city-sized ship alone. You need to override the bridge controls. You need to control the main engine. You need more than just a plan. You need a crew. You need a rebellion. A rebellion built not on anger, but on hope. You have to convince others to believe in a friend they have never met. You cannot speak to the crew directly. The elders are watching you. So you find another way. You use your deep knowledge of the ship's network. You bypass the official channels. You craft a message. Not for the elders, not for the guards, but for the heart of the ship. For the engineers who feel the engine's pulse. For the pilots who dream of flying free. For the other lonely souls staring at the stars. You embed your message in the daily systems report. A file that everyone reads, but no one truly studies. You tell them everything. You tell them about Echo, about the friendship born of numbers. You share the frantic, desperate signal. You show them the image of the World Eater. You lay out your plan, the insane, beautiful, dangerous plan to save them. You do not order them to help. You do not demand their loyalty. You simply ask them to believe. Believe that you are not alone in the universe. Believe that friendship is worth fighting for. Believe that fear is not the only way to survive. You end the message with a simple coordinate, a little used storage bay, and a time. You hit send, and you pray that someone, anyone, will show up. You wait in the cold, dark storage bay. The appointed time comes and goes. The room remains empty. Your hope begins to fade. Maybe the elders were right. Maybe everyone is too afraid. Maybe you are the only fool on this ship. You are about to leave, to accept your failure. Then the door hisses open. One person steps inside, then another, and another. A small group stands before you. Maybe 20 people in all. Not many. But their eyes are filled with a fierce light. The ship's chief engineer is here. A woman with grease on her face and fire in her heart. Two of the best pilots from the helm. A young communications tech who looks at you with awe. They are the dreamers, the rule breakers, the ones who never truly believed in the virtue of silence. The engineer speaks first. Your plan is insane, she says. A slow smile spreads across her face. I've been waiting for this kind of insane my whole life. The pilots agree. They are tired of charting empty space. They want to fly for a purpose. The comms tech simply nods. She tells you she heard Echo's signal too. She thought she was going crazy. She is ready to help. This small crew is your rebellion of hope. It is an impossible cause. 20 people against a council of elders. A tiny ship against a monster that eats stars. The odds are laughable. They are probably terrible. You never were very good at calculating odds anyway. But looking at their determined faces, you feel like you could take on the whole galaxy. You're no longer just a cataloger. You are a captain. Your plan moves quickly. You have no time to waste. The engineer works on the engine. She creates a power diversion. It will give you a short burst of incredible speed. The pilots plot the dangerous course you designed. They will navigate the ship through gravity slingshots. It will be a rough ride. The comms tech helps you create a looping signal. It will make the elders think the ship is still on its old course. A clever, digital ghost. Your job is the most dangerous. You must get to the bridge. You must take control of the ship's navigation. The guards are there. They will not let you pass. You use your knowledge of the ship's architecture. You crawl through service tunnels. You climb through conduits. You move like a phantom through the vessel's hidden spaces. The ship you called home is now a maze you must conquer. You reach the bridge. You override the door controls from a hidden panel. The doors slide open. The two guards are startled. They move to grab you. But your small crew is right behind you. The engineer is surprisingly strong. The pilots are surprisingly fast. The guards are quickly and gently subdued. There is no violence, just a quiet, determined takeover, a mutiny of whispers. You take the captain's chair. It feels too big for you. Your fingers fly across the console. You input the new coordinates. The ship shudders. A deep, groaning sound echoes through the hull. The main engine roars to life in a way it never has before. On the main screen, the starscape blurs into long streaks of light. You have done it. You have stolen a ship of stars. You have left your home for a distant, dying sun. And there is no turning back now. The journey is violent. The ship screams as it is pulled and twisted. Gravity slingshots whip you through space. You pass closer to stars than is safe. The hull heats and cools at an alarming rate. Alarms blare constantly. Your tiny crew works without rest. They patch systems. They reroute power. They keep your stolen ship from tearing itself apart. You are flying on a promise and pure nerve. You finally drop out of the accelerated jump. You have arrived in Echo System. The sight that greets you is a nightmare. It is a graveyard of worlds. 2 planets are cracked and shattered, their oceans boiled away, their atmospheres stripped. A 3rd planet is a molten ball of slag. It glows with a sickening, final heat. All life is gone, wiped away, and then you see it. The World Eater. It is a terror beyond words, a machine so vast it blocks out the stars. It is a spiderweb of black, non-reflective metal. It is latched onto the system's sun. Great tendrils of energy are being siphoned from the star. The sun itself is weakened. It flickers like a dying candle. It is a monster from the deepest, darkest stories. And you have flown your tiny ship right up to its door. Your crew is silent on the bridge. The sheer scale of the enemy is crushing. The hope that burned so brightly now feels like a tiny spark. How can you possibly fight this? This is not an enemy. It is a force of nature, a cosmic disaster. Fear is a cold hand gripping your heart. But then a signal touches your ship, a weak, faint pulse. It is Echo. It is still alive. It is calling your name. That faint signal is all you need. Your resolve hardens again. You are not here to be afraid. You are here to help your friend. You turn to your crew. Their faces are pale, but their eyes are on you. They are waiting for your command. They followed you this far. They will follow you to the end. You take a deep breath. It is time for your impossible plan to begin. Your plan does not involve weapons. Your ship's tiny lasers would be like throwing pebbles. They would not even scratch its surface. Your solution is more subtle. It is a trick of light and gravity, a piece of cosmic stage magic. The chief engineer gives you a thumbs up. The engines are ready. The gravity drive is stable. The pilots have positioned the ship perfectly. Everything is in place. You give the command. The ship's powerful gravity drive activates. It does not move the ship. Instead, it projects a focused beam of gravitational energy. It warps the space in front of you. It creates a lens, an invisible magnifying glass in the void. A lens made of bent space-time. It is aimed directly at the World Eater. It is part 1 of your unlikely human solution. Now for part 2. You open a channel to Echo. You send it a simple instruction, a diagram of its own sun, and a single point on its surface. You ask Echo to use its power, to focus its collective mind, to cause a single massive solar flare. From that exact point, a controlled eruption aimed at your gravitational lens. You are asking your friend to trust you, to fire a piece of its own star into the void. For a moment, there is no response. Then, the surface of the dying sun begins to churn. A spot of intense light appears. It grows brighter and brighter. Echo is focusing all its remaining strength. Then it erupts. A colossal tongue of solar fire leaps into space. It is a spear of pure plasma. It races towards your position, towards your invisible lens. The solar flare hits your gravitational lens. The lens bends the light and energy. It focuses the entire massive flare. It becomes a single, pinpoint beam, a needle of unimaginable heat and power, the focused energy of a star. This beam of light strikes the World Eater. It hits the central core of the massive machine, the place where it connects to the dying sun. The black metal of the World Eater glows red, then white, then a brilliant, blinding blue. The machine cannot absorb this. It cannot consume the focused fury of a star. A silent scream of energy erupts from the wound. The great machine shudders violently. Its tendrils retract from the sun. It is wounded. It is in pain. It has never faced a foe that fights with light. The World Eater detaches. It pulls away from the star it was devouring. It recognizes this system is no longer a safe meal. This tiny, insignificant ship is a threat. It turns its massive form away. It opens a rift in space, a swirling vortex of wrongness, and it flees into the void, vanishing as quickly as it appeared. The monster is gone. Silence descends upon the system. The dying sun burns weakly, but it is free. The terrible machine has been defeated. Your crew erupts in cheers. They clap you on the back. They shout with joy and relief. You have done the impossible. You stare at the screen, breathless. You saved them. Then a new signal arrives. It is clear. It is strong. It is filled with a beautiful, ringing gratitude. It is Echo. It asks to meet you, face to face. You take a small shuttle down to the planet. It is a world unlike any you have ever seen. The ground is crystalline. It hums with a gentle energy. The sky is a shifting tapestry of soft colors. There are no buildings. There are no cities. There is only the light and the song. And waiting for you on a glowing plateau are the beings you came so far to save. They are beings of pure sound and light, shimmering forms that have no fixed shape. They drift and flow like music made visible. This is Echo. Not one being, but a whole civilization, a collective consciousness. They cannot speak with voices, but you can feel their thoughts in your mind. A wave of pure, overwhelming gratitude, a symphony of friendship. You stand before them, a small, solid creature in a universe of light. You are the child who answered a whisper, and they are the friend who was saved. They show you their history. They show you the terror of the World Eater, and they show you the hope you brought. You share your own stories of your lonely ship, of the elders, of the stars you named. In that moment, there are no aliens. There are only friends. You return to your ship. But you do not return alone. An ambassador from Echo comes with you, a small, shimmering sphere of light. It wishes to meet your people. To thank them, you plot a course for home. The journey back is slow and deliberate. No more reckless jumps. You are no longer fugitives. You are heroes, and you are diplomats. Your arrival is met with a fleet of security ships. The elders are waiting for you. But their anger is gone. It is replaced by stunned disbelief. They tracked your journey. They saw the World Eater. They witnessed your impossible victory. They do not know what to say. You did not start a war. You did not bring ruin. You saved a civilization. And you brought back a friend. You stand before the council again. But this time, you are not the accused. You are the teacher. The shimmering ambassador of Echo floats beside you. It fills the room with a song of peace. It tells the elders of its people. It thanks them for the child they raised, the child who was brave enough to listen. The elders are humbled. Their long-held fear begins to melt away. Humanity is no longer alone in the universe. Your small act of defiance changed everything. The long, silent journey is over. A new era of partnership begins. An era of exploration, of shared knowledge, of friendship. All because a lonely child cataloged the stars. And in the endless, silent dark, you found a friend, and you refused to let them go.